Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Hanna, I have a question about abandoned mines. And thank you for testifying today because this issue is important to Arizonans. We have over 200,000 abandoned hard rock mines that we currently know of. Most of them are on federal land. The bipartisan infrastructure bill contains an amendment sponsored by Senator Heinrich, Senator Daines, and myself that would authorize a $3 billion fund to clean up abandoned hard rock mines subject to appropriations. The House might consider a budget bill that would appropriate $2.5 billion for mine cleanup. These funding levels fit within the budget top line, but we know it's not going to be enough. What amount of federal revenue would you estimate is needed to really put a dent in the cleanup of the hundreds of thousands of abandoned mines in Arizona and across the nation?
Thank you for the question, Senator Kelly. It's a very good question. We don't have, I can't give an exact answer, but it is definitely in the tens of billions of dollars. And I think we see year after year we're spending several hundred million and not even making a dent among several federal agencies. And I think we can do a better job there on the taxpayer side. But I think that this huge cost shows that we need a dedicated revenue stream, and we need industry to share in that burden with federal taxpayers in helping create that revenue stream. It is important to clean them up. These are huge taxpayer liability, as you know, they're public health risk, environmental hazards. They need to be cleaned up. And I thank you for your efforts to work on creating those funds from the federal government. But we'd also like to see those reclamation fees and other things and the royalty put in place so that we can have revenue stream.
Okay. I imagine that was discussed before I came into the room. I'm assuming it was. The revenue stream being a royalty, that we probably had this discussion earlier.
There has been some discussion.
Okay, good. Thank you. Mr. Wood, I also want to thank you and Trout Unlimited for testifying today. The Navajo Nation is just one serious example of why we need to address these abandoned mines. Over 500 uranium mines on the Navajo reservation were abandoned after the Cold War, and as a result, tribal members are dealing with contaminated groundwater and higher rates of cancer. If Congress enacts a reclamation fee or some other revenue generator on hard rock mining, should that revenue be prioritized for abandoned mines in the West and for economically disadvantaged communities?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question. I said earlier before you were in the room that an analysis that we did shows that there's about 122,000 miles of impaired stream around the country from abandoned hard rock mines. 52% of those supply drinking water from municipalities. Absolutely, there needs to be the reclamation fee, and I'm not sure there's any disagreement with industry here, a reclamation fee, whatever the right fee, whether it's net or gross, it should be applied to cleaning up the legacy of abandoned mines that we have on our western lands.
Well, thank you. It is a significant issue in Arizona, and the more than 500 mines of the Navajo Nation is having a profound negative effect on the health of the Navajo people. So thank you, and Mr. Chairman, I yield back the remainder of my time.
Thank you, Mr.